Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday. It is day 8 of our 21 days of gratitude initiative. I am happy to be with you all for the second Sunday of our practice. Take a moment to hold a little gratitude for yourself, whether you are participating live. So, hello. If you are participating at a different time, hello. And just take a moment, hold gratitude for yourself or whoever's with you taking part of this practice, because what you're doing is developing this moment of, or this routine of starting the day by always checking in with yourself and really setting the tone, really checking in on the energy, because it might fluctuate. We're not saying that we're always going to be in a nice, happy high, but it is recognizing that these fluctuations will occur. And so we prepare ourselves with the tool of gratitude and how it feeds our wisdom, how we can carry that through the day and face our challenges. All right, let's get started by finding a comfortable seat. That's where we will begin today. As usual, I recommend having a blanket, something for your sits bones, but also something for your knees. If at any time we get on a kneeling position or a hands and knees variation. And once you're comfortable, it could be a cross-legged seat, but if that's not feeling comfortable, you want to be a little staggered or you need to have your leg in a different position, do what you need right now. Get any little quirks out of the way, and then close your eyes if you're comfortable. And allow just the awareness to move to how your breath sounds and how it moves through your body. You don't have to control it too much in this moment, just observe it. And start to notice how the breath moves in through the nose. Can the lips remain sealed, and can you exhale through the nose? And if today, if you're feeling a little stuffy and you have to release the breath gently through the lips, that's fine. If you can, keep the breath in and out through the nose, lips sealed. As you continue to meet your breath and continue to meet yourself here, I'll speak about our reminder, our gratitude, our theme today. We are reminded to hold gratitude for our faith and divine guidance. So just take a moment, perhaps, and reflect on what faith is to you, where you place your faith, and where your divine guidance might be. Just take a moment to reflect. Notice how your breath continues to move. When we think about faith, when we speak about our divine guidance, these are things that we cannot always see visually, but they are things that we can feel. And with the sound of, or the noise of our daily life, perhaps we don't always get to listen, to feel. And so give yourself this moment of somewhat silence, to check in, to listen, and to feel for your faith, listening to what your divine guidance might be telling you. And all you have to do is meet yourself here. follow the breath. And a good practice is to simply greet whatever thought comes up as you sit here. Say hello to it, and then let it go away. Let it wander off. Another thought is going to come in. Okay, and then let it go. And each time, the practice is of recognizing and letting go. So that in this moment, it's just you. It's permission to be with yourself. And the next breath, tuck the chin towards the chest. And each time, again, as the mind wanders throughout practice, it's going to keep moving, but bring it back to the breath. Continue to round your spine a bit more. And then send your spine, send your heart, send your gaze forward, moving a little bit of our trunk now. Notice how the breath is still present. Maybe breathing in as your heart comes forward feels nice, so that as you round, you can empty the breath and feel the release. Now, instead of going in a forward and back movement, let's make a circle here. So leaning towards the right and then forward towards the left and back. And we start to draw a circle. The shoulder girdle draws a little circle around the pelvic girdle beneath it. Could be big or small. See how it feels today. And then go in the opposite direction. The eyes can be soft, so that this movement you're still experiencing from the inside out. Good. Let's start to find a little stillness in our seat, lengthening the spine, sitting up tall. And let the legs open up to a wide leg seat. Good. Circling the ankles around and back up a little bit here. And so in our wide leg seat, all we're doing here is circling our feet, getting in touch with our ankles and toes, getting them ready for the day. These joints carry us from point A to point B. So let's give them a little love. Good. And then what we'll do is we're going to place the hands, let the feet relax, but place your hands behind you for a little support. We're leaning back a little bit. Let's flex the feet. We're going to do this little internal and external rotation here. It feels kind of funny with your, especially around the upper thighs, but it's a nice way to wake up your hips, just adding a little rotation. Anytime you can roll your thighs in and out, let it happen so it wakes up the hip joint. It's a ball and socket joint, so rotation is important. Good. Now we're going to do a little funky squat. We're going to stay in an external rotation. We're going to bend the knees for a moment, only to bring the right knee in, and it gets into this little windshield wiper movement so that the internal rotation, you feel it more on the leg that's tracking. So you can point, take a little stretch. Your hip can lift a little bit more, so it starts to be more of a twist for the spine. Just kind of wailing things out, dancing it out a little bit. Good. And what you didn't notice is that your hands were supporting you back there. So bring yourself back to a seat. Your hands were giving you a lot of support there. Make a fist and roll your wrists a little bit. Good. Now, we're also moving our forearms here. So let's try to isolate a little bit more just to the hand, just to the wrist. Give me a little high five here, shining your palms forward. And then curl your fingers, make a fist, and rock it down, pointing the knuckles down. And then slowly open back up. Good. And then try to make it a little faster. And then slow it down again. Slow it down, slow it down. Good. We like speed to create a little warmth and heat, but we like to take our time also so the brain, our nervous system, can really create a relationship with that joint. Good. Do your last little circles, and then we move towards tabletop position. Shake it out and get onto your hands and knees for our all fours shape. This is where I will move my blanket to support my knees. And then we'll take our hands here. If there's any other stretch, sometimes we do our handprints here. You can do some of that too, or move right away towards your cat-cow, which is when we invite the gaze upwards, the tail up for cow pose. We tuck the tail and then round the head forward for cat pose. Today, we're doing this movement almost like a wave. So instead of going up and down through the middle, can your tailbone move first? Can your head come up last? Can your tailbone tuck first while your head stays there for as long as it can, and then your head comes up last or comes down last? And so the slower you do it, the more you're actually engaging the muscles of your trunk and your spinal stabilizers, which are also part of your core. Spinal segmentation, very good for our core unit. Good. Find stillness, neutral spine here, my friends, so that your left leg can step over towards just a little perpendicular to your mat or where your trunk is facing. Rock your pelvis forward and back. Give a little rock out for your hip. Good. And then step that left foot forward for a low lunge, crawling up so that your hands are at your hips. Our trunk is nice and tall here. Engage the muscles of your right leg as if you were really pointing your knee into the earth with intention and growing the crown of the head upwards. Your left foot, let's practice our lunge. We've been doing this all week. Drag your foot backwards so that your pelvis draws forward, but our active muscles are stabilizing us. So it's your heel that drags you back, or that drags back so you can pull forward. So feeling the engagement of your left hamstring or even part of the quad. And then pause. Let's find a little stillness. Stay here. This is a great place to stay. Or you can lift your arms up, creating a little more extension in the spine or in the chest. You can also bend your elbows, little cactus arms. One more breath. On the next breath, let's bring the hands down, heel, toe, your left foot out, 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 as your hands find the floor, and we can switch sides. The right leg makes its way out, and we'll rock a little forward and back, saying hello to that hip. Good. After a little wake up there, let's walk that right foot forward. Climb your hands up until they find your hips, and we're in a low lunge. Focusing again, can we point the tail down and feel how that already helps to activate our grounded leg, our left leg in this case here. We feel some strength, some power stabilizing or rooting us down here. This right foot is going to slide back, and we automatically are pulled forward by our own body. Push the foot back, glide your foot, and it pulls the pelvis forward. So that the work, the stretch, is a little bit more dynamic. Pull with your foot. Try not to use just the lean of your trunk. Try to pull with your leg. And the next time that you're forward, let's find a comfortable place that our legs can still be active and our heart can lift a little bit more. You can keep hands here or let them lift. You can take a nice breath in. Maybe we bring our arms into a cactus shape, bending at the elbows. One more breath. Doing great. Slowly here, We're going to heel toe the right foot out of the way as the hands find the floor and bring the foot back. Let's take a cycle of our cat-cow as we reset in this tabletop. Now we're going to come towards a standing position. You can get there however you'd like, or come up through downward facing dog. Lifting the pelvis, getting a little stretch for the back of the legs, or you can pedal them out. Start to walk forward towards the top or walking towards your hands. Find a forward fold there. Your knees can bend as much as they'd like, and you can do a little swirl if you'd like, just swaying like a rag doll. Good. Slowly here, roll yourself up to stand. And you feel all the segments of your spine. And as you bring your crown up, feel how your feet can root a little bit more. Mountain pose. Good. Bend the knees and lift the arms, sitting in your chair pose, finding a little hinge at the pelvis. Stand back up and we'll make this a little flow, taking a breath, sitting in your chair. And slowly coming back up. Finding your chair. Coming back up. Let's stay in this last chair. Good. Fingers reaching up. And slowly standing right back. Take a moment to pause and feel how your heart and breath are dancing now that we've been moving the body as we have. When we come to stillness, there's still movement inside. I cannot see the movement occurring inside you, but you can feel it. So much like our faith, the way we look towards our divine guidance, it's something that we often get more wisdom from in stillness, when we find space to pause, to reflect, and to listen. And so just here, as you're standing, can you just listen to the sounds of your own body? Vibrations moving through your own body. Take a deep breath in, flutter the eyes open. And we'll just make our way down through a final half sun salutation, just to get into a little seat and seal our practice together. When you're ready, lift the arms up, maybe taking a breath in. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Take your time, enjoy the bow. Lift the heart halfway up as you look forward a bit, and then release your bow. As you get closer to the ground, send your hands forward so that your knees can find the ground. And you can bring yourself towards a seated position so that you can meet your breath. We'll spend a moment holding gratitude here, and perhaps setting an intention for the day or the week. Notice your energy now. The eyes can be soft or closed. Back to listening to your breath, your body. If the breath wants to be audible, if there's a sound that you need to release, go for it. This doesn't mean that you have to be perfectly quiet. We're listening to how the body informs us. there's an idea or an intention that you'd like to carry with you for the rest of the day or perhaps for the rest of the week, take a moment here to seal that intention into your heart and mind. Your hands can stay as they are, or they can come together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And with 3 breaths, let's seal our practice. A breath in through the nose, and full breath out. A breath in through the nose, and full breath out. Final breath. As you exhale, perhaps bow to your space, to your practice, yourself. May you recognize the power within your breath, and most of all, recognize yourself as your own best teacher. Thank you for sharing your space, your energy with me today. Your reminder is to carry on with these moments of pausing, of reflecting throughout your day, all right? Thank you all for being here, day 8 of our 21 days of gratitude initiative, and I hope to see you all tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. for our Monday practice. Be well.